really upset. Really upset, and I know nobody is here yet, but I'm gonna start talking because I am fucking pissed off and I'm hurt. I am hurt by the backlash that I have received from sharing my culture with you guys. I'm out here every single day trying to make the world a better place, trying to be a good person. The amount of hate I have received for being a white Native American. I am Native American. I am Ramapo Native American. And I keep getting comments about how I can't be Native because I'm white. When I first joined the spiritual community, I got this a lot. That I couldn't be spiritual because I was white. That I didn't have ancestors because I'm white. Okay? This is an issue, and racism will not be tolerated on my channel. I am done with the disrespect. I am currently being stalked by people who are demanding that I speak about the cultural appropriation that I used in my recent video, and it is not cultural appropriation, because I am Native American. I'm gonna scream it again. I am Ramapo Native, and I shouldn't have to be on here right now crying about that because your people are being racist because my skin is white. I just got the nastiest comment about how it's obvious that I am not Native because the headdress looked ridiculous on me and that it's not my business and whatever. It's not right and it's not fair. And racism will not be tolerated on my channel. Never forget that I am here sharing my time, energy, and spirit with you freely. For free. I am constantly giving to you guys. I give to you without asking for anything in return. Literally, the only thing I'm asking for is respect. This is wrong. This is wrong. All this is gonna do is make me stop doing things for you. I will no longer make pick-a-cards for you. I will no longer share myself with you. I will no longer share my spell work with you. The fact that this girl came into my life and disrespected the sacred energy that I was holding, not only for the planet, but for my ancestors, is absolutely repulsive to me. To yell at me about how I'm a Caucasian woman and how I should do a video on cultural appropriation. If I do not want to speak about something, I don't have to. I shouldn't even have to be explaining myself to you racists right now. But I have to. I'm gonna check the comments. I love you guys too. I wish you could give me a hug too. They feel your power and they are threatened. I agree, but it hurts. And I put out something because I love you guys. I put out that content because I love you guys and you deserve good content. You deserve that you deserve to be healed. You deserve to participate in the rituals of old. And it's gotta be a couple of bad eggs that ruin it for everyone. These people are deeply disturbed and they need to heal themselves. This is wrong and I refuse to be discriminated against on my own channel because of the color of my skin. I don't have to sit here and explain myself to you guys, but I am because I feel attacked. Who the fuck said that? I'm mixed light-skinned. I still have curly hair. Yes, we've talked about this before. I feel like I recognize you. I appreciate all the support you give me. You've been with me for a long time, and I feel like we've talked about this. And it's not fair. It's not fair that not you guys, but these people are attacking me simply for the color of my skin. I saw a Native American commented and maybe they were just confused. I still don't condone it, but with everything going on, people are upset. I know, that's why it hurt, I think, because they're Native too. So why are they talking to me like that? I don't think people are listening. When I told that girl that attacked me on my live, she said I wasn't Native, even though 10 minutes before I explained I was Native. In the video, I explained I am Native, okay? And even so, I'm not here to tell you how to be. Can you imagine if as a Native American, I walked around and I cut everybody's long hair, or anybody who had their hair in pigtail braids, I just cut them off and said, you can't wear that because that's a part of my culture? I don't want to do that. If someone's enjoying my culture, I'm happy to share it with them. This is sad, guys. I try to really keep a happy and inclusive space here for everyone, all sexes, all genders, and all races. And I am deeply, deeply, deeply disappointed in the people who are attacking me because you do not reflect what this space embodies. And I do not want you here. I'd like you to leave. All the racists are not welcome here. People look at Native Americans and think brown skin and very indigenous features. It's a stereotype. Exactly. It is a stereotype. Thank you, guys. I'm amazed they can't tell you are mixed. You look it to me. Thank you. It's just, it hurts me. It hurts me that I'm putting myself out there, guys. I'm putting myself out there to you all the time. I'm sharing freely with, I almost didn't make a channel because of stuff like this. I'm sensitive. I'm a Cancer and a Pisces. I'm a crybaby. That's why I'm crying right now. And this hurts me. Much love to you, Duchess. You're an amazing person and so very grateful. We love you. We're here for you. Thank you. How can anybody tell anybody what's in their culture, in their blood? It makes no sense. How dare these people love and lie to those who hate and hurt? Agreed. I'm just going to read you guys a little thing that I wrote up at the beach because I went to the beach today to decompress and relax after everything I did with that ritual. I am literally just trying to bring in the earth. I'm trying to provide you guys with wholesome, healthy content, and I'm just trying to make the world a better place. And I was harassed. I kept getting messages and comments and just people being so mean. And I wrote this note at work. Since everybody wants to hear my thoughts on cultural appropriation, I will share them with you. Well, I say at work. I was at the beach. I think I said at work. I don't know. It is kind of work because I'm always doing spiritual shit there. Colorist and racist. I agree. You're beautiful and you can definitely tell you're mixed. Absolutely stunning. Thank you. It's just really, it's so harmful. I will read you the comment that this person said. It was really hateful. I'm sorry, but the headpiece is a very important part of my culture. Yes, my culture too. It's my fucking culture too. Just because I'm not brown or black doesn't mean it's not my culture. I just came out white. I can't control that. I don't think it should be worn as a costume or an accessory, and it is very much cultural appropriation. It was not a costume or an accessory, and if you paid attention to the video, you would have known that. I understand that you may be mixed with things, but you and me both know that you are of white descent. I'm sure you are aware that it looks wrong, and that most likely why you made that speech about it is because it's pretty obvious that you are not Native American. What? To the person who wrote that comment? What the actual fuck is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Because I don't look exactly like you? This is so embarrassing. I look like shit. I'm crying, but I'm hurt and I'm done, guys. I'm trying to share with you. And it's wrong to treat me in a racist way simply because my skin is light. All I do all summer is tan. I know that sounds stupid, but I like being tan. They're on a low vibe and are uneducated. I agree. I'm also sorry to Isabel for being snippy with them. Yeah, Isabel is the one who was so upset during my live, but and then she said that I was spiritually bypassing. If you know me, if you pay any attention to anything I am saying, you know I am not all love and light, but there's a time and a place. I'm opening up a sacred ceremony. We're not going to talk about low vibrational things while I'm literally conducting a spell, because that would be irresponsible of me. I'm in charge. I don't want anything bad coming through. I only want the good things coming through that portal that I'm opening. I have a responsibility to keep that energy positive. And it's just really harmful and hurtful that this way people have been treating me. Yeah, that's so disgusting, how hurtful, like telling a white black African, but a white black African woman that she's not allowed to wear braids because it's offensive. Ugh, so gross. I'm so sorry you're in pain. Thank you. Yeah. People come in all different shapes and sizes. People come in all different colors. People come in all different sexes and genders. When are we just gonna accept each other for who we are? We gotta stop policing each other, guys. We're fighting the wrong people. And you know, I really thought about what cultural appropriation means to me, because I can only speak on my experience and of my people. And my people were told that they couldn't have their rituals anymore. They were told they had to cut their hair. They were told they had to get a mainstream job. To me, that's cultural appropriation. It's stealing your culture and telling you you can't have it. You can't access it. Just like this pandemic, right? It's non-essential. You can't have it. It's, you know, it's just, that's what cultural appropriation is to me. And these things have been stolen from us. So why the fuck wouldn't we take them back? I'm gonna read a little thing I wrote at the beach about my thoughts about it, because I really thought about it under all this attack. I've always admired how versatile and open you are to everyone of all cultures, genders, and sexuality. I'm proud of you, Dutch. That person doesn't deserve your beautiful knowledge, advice, and energy. Thank you. That's the thing, though. I still feel like they do. I still love them. That's the thing about me, guys. Even if you're gonna yell at me and treat me like shit, I'm still gonna love you. I'm just not gonna tolerate it. I'll just put myself out there less. But the only thing that's gonna save the world is love. I learned that a long time ago. We can't keep fighting each other. We can't keep doing this eye for an eye. We can't keep demanding things of each other. Some people aren't ready. I wasn't ready to share. Obviously, look at me. I'm bawling my eyes out. I wasn't ready to talk about this, but here I am because I'm just tired of it. You should forgive them because not everyone will understand. Times are very hard right now, especially during hate crimes, etc. Life goes on and you are pure. Thank you. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna forgive them. These people need to open their hearts and their minds. I agree. Your content, I wait for it every week. You're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, Angel. Thank you. That person should take a DNA genetic ancestor test. She probably has more Portuguese DNA in her than Native American. Who knows, guys? We can't fucking know. All I know is that my great-grandfather was Ramapo Native on my mom's side, and I wish I met him. I wish I could have learned from him. That's not how it worked out. I feel you, Duchess. I've been through something very similar. This feels like a Cold War. Exactly. Hey, Yagmer. I hope you're doing well. I hope your dog's well, too. Alright, I'm gonna read what I wrote. I was angry when I wrote it, but let's just see. God, guys, it hurts. Racism hurts. And to me, this is cultural appropriation. You trying to steal my light, not you guys listening, but the people trying to steal my light, the people trying to steal my culture, the people trying to tell me that I'm wearing a costume. Do you know how much that hurts me? It is not a costume. This is my life. That's cultural appropriation. When you steal what's mine, that's real cultural appropriation. And even, guys, when I wore the braids, some people were so demanding and so mean, and nobody bothered to, some people did ask, and I had great conversations with them. But nobody bothered to ask me, the people who were yelling at me, to take them off my head. Nobody bothered to ask why I had them on in the first place. Because since I was a child, I thought they were so beautiful. Always wanted them. I always wanted them. But I never wore them out of respect. And then I got a healing. And my healer, my very good friend and healer, said I needed to either get dreads or braids because the spirits needed to upgrade my DNA and give me antennas. So it was my green light. God gave me the green light. And I will say, I did not receive one rude comment out in public. Out in person, I received at least 3 compliments. Okay, I received at least one to 3 compliments every time I went out, and most of them were from people of color. This is a fake ass, it's a 2-dimensional race war. It's a race war through the phone. It's a race war through the Black Mirror. My everyday life doesn't reflect that. The people who feel they can come into my energy don't treat me like that. Thank you, Sierra. You've done nothing to need to explain yourself. Thank you. I just made braids. I am mixed and was always scared of judgment, but I did it anyways and just said, fuck it. Good for you. Like I said, the color of your skin is irrelevant. This is racist. Being a rebel isn't easy. Just know you're a being of light, and we've got your back. You're beautiful no matter what you have on your head. Thank you. You're right. I compliment anyone with braids if it looks pretty. I don't care their race. Yeah, and you know what? I have such a better understanding now, guys. Like, my empathy went through the fucking roof as to what it takes. My you want to talk about cultural appropriation? Guys, I've never understood what it takes to have braids until I had them on my head. It took 4 hours. It was painful. It was a pilgrimage. It was tight. My scalp did weird things. Like, I would never know that unless I lived it. So now when I see a woman with beautiful, or a man with beautiful braids or dreads, I'm always like, wow. Like, I always compliment them, and I'm always like, your hair looks gorgeous. And then we have a wonderful, beautiful conversation about, their experience and my experience. And it's like, that's why I think this is an agenda. This cultural appropriation shit, it's all an agenda, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. It's a race war of lightness and darkness of the soul. Exactly, Teresa. You inspired me to do it. I messaged you on Instagram about your braids. Yes, thank you so much, Baul. I don't know if I said your name right. I hope I did. I know you're on there as Cherry, usually. But I'm so happy to have done that for you, and I appreciate you so deeply because you said, Duchess, why'd you do this? And then I told you, and you were loving and accepting of that. If only these people would just ask instead of making demands or yelling at me or telling me what to do. Lovely, as a woman of color, I feel the topic of cultural appropriation is an agenda to start a race war. Thank you, Persephone. I completely agree. They want to start them worldwide, yes. I don't understand why my people gatekeep braids. Thank you. I feel like it's really detrimental to the culture. I feel like it's detrimental to people like myself who, like I said, I would never know what you guys are going through to have that. Like, it just looks like a beautiful hairstyle. You don't realize how much pain and time and money go into that. I would have never known unless I did it. They're attacking you because you got Jesus. You're right. You're right. And I know these people, You know, I feel for these people who are attacking me because they're still victims of their lives and of their circumstance. And because of that, they're in such pain, they need to direct that pain at me because they can't accept it within themselves. Most of the hate is online because most people feel entitled to be right. I don't understand why we gatekeep considering cultures have always blended since the beginning of time. Exactly. And you know what? That is, I think what was really hurting is the entitlement. Like, you don't tell me what videos to put out. You don't tell me what I can and cannot put on my head. You don't tell me that I'm not fucking Native American because I'm not brown. I'm sorry. Do you know my ancestors? Do you know my life? Do you know my family? I don't think so. I don't fucking think so. I'm so disgusted. I always love your style because it's literally your style. Thank you. You know, I get that a lot actually. When I do stuff, people are like, wow, that's very Nikki. I am crying with you. That was an attack on you spiritually. Keep shining, bright soul. Thanks. It hurts, man. I just joined. Oh, love, I'm so sorry to see you cry. Thanks. Momo! Monique, I miss you, girl. Thank you so much for joining that last spell. It was so nice to have your energy, and I think I have a reading with you coming up. I really can't wait to connect with you again. So wrong you received hate. Maybe some of it stemmed from how traditionally in indigenous cultures headdresses are for men, similar to how Kesha was criticized when she was using it commercially. It doesn't make it okay though. Thank you. I appreciate that. And you know what? That's tricky for me too because in a lot of other lives I've been men. I think that's this whole gender thing going on, how people are, you know, gender fluid or they want to change their gender or different things like that. It's my understanding that it's simply because we're not just the gender that we are in this body right now. We've been all different kinds of genders, we've been all different kinds of races, and I think that can get confusing sometimes because you just got one body in this life. Someone mentioned that this is a 3D manifestation of the attack from earlier. I think they're right. Yeah, the attack on the live from the government. I took those down because I just didn't want to deal with it. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. You know your roots. You know your culture with the history of what the natives have experienced. It's disgusting someone could even push this narrative. I agree. And, you know, I didn't want to explain myself, but it just got to the point where I felt like I had to stand up for myself because I keep getting these fucking rude racist comments. And I'm gonna pin a comment in the top of that video and just say that racism will not be tolerated on my channel and that anybody who has to say something racist will be blocked. At the end of the day, this is my channel, guys. And if you're attacking me, if you're hurting me, if you're slandering me, I value myself far more than to allow you to do so. I am all for not censoring, but there's a nice way to communicate. I was talking about earlier how people approach me and want me to be super feminine because I appear that way, but I am an alpha. I have been a man so many times. I feel you. I was just talking to my friend Anna about this. Like, we both have very strong masculine energy. However, I'm very blessed because in this life, I love being a woman. I love my gender. I love my sex, but I'm not here to tell anybody else how to be a woman or how to be a man or who's a real woman or who's not. Like, honestly, I don't want to be a part of your turmoil or issues or anything like that. Do you, work it out, but leave me alone. Let me be who I want to be and let me celebrate my culture without attacking me for the color of my fucking skin. For example, chopsticks are very sensitive to Asians, and I think if people knew you were mixed, they would have not said that, even though it's unacceptable. Yeah, I know. There's a nice way to say things and to be like, you and I both know that you're not native. Like, it's just disgusting to me. Hey, New. I'm just talking about how I've been treated really disgustingly since I put out. It just hurts me. I put out that video because I love you guys, because I'm trying to make the world a better place, because I wanted to share something beautiful with you guys, that fire ceremony. And some people just really hate love. Some people are so devoid of love and so full of hate and death that they make a lot of assumptions and they don't listen. They just see what they want to see. I gave the disclaimer many times in that video that I am Native American, but also I'm not if you, as a Native American, I think I'm an indigo child. I think rules are stupid. I think some rules are here to protect us. Other rules I think are fucking stupid. And if you're gonna respect my culture, why wouldn't I embrace that? Why would I say, hey, don't touch that, that's mine? Like, it's just wrong. What's your comment? You're not gonna read my comment, are you? Comments, are you? Reputation is everything, and as long as ignorant and stupid people exist, they will always judge you by your outer appearance, not who you are on the inside. Thank you. Alright, guys, I'm going to read this thing that I wrote. The whole closed practice stuff is hard for me to understand. I'm Mexican American and also have Native American and Aztec Incan roots. It's hard to know where I belong and what belongs to me. Exactly. It's wrong. You are everything that you just explained, and you have a right to connect with that. And even if you weren't any of those things, if you just felt connected to it and you had a love for it and you wanted to explore it, you are more than welcome. I have an Aztec past life, and man, I go there all the time. I astral travel there all the time. I have many Aztec past lives. And, you know, I'm sorry, I saw a comment. I'm going to read it in a second. But I had many lives there. It was one of my favorite lifetimes. I'm not attacking you. I'm just saying you're a white passing. Even if you're a mix, those box braids came from Africans and you said they were from Native American culture. That pissed us off. I think you're taking my words out of context. I don't think I ever said those braids were from Native American culture. I said 2 braids in the beginning of this. 2 braids are Native American culture. And if you came into the live, at the beginning of the live, I was talking about how I never wore braids because I wanted to be respectful, even though I always liked them and always wanted to wear them. This is what I'm talking about. People aren't listening. You need to listen. I said, I finally got the go-ahead from Spirit, so I wore them. I never said that they were Native American, but you know what? Other cultures have braids. To say that Africans are the only people who wore little braids is very ignorant. The Egyptians wore little braids, for one. And I know Egyptians are black, it's just a different kind of black. So listen, guys. God, I never said that. I never said that they were Native American. I never said that. You're in the spotlight, so there will always be someone who comes to attack for anything. They want to F you up and shut you down, but you've always got us and other realms on your side. Thank you. It was a very healing ceremony for me, Dutchie, and I'm so grateful to have been able to connect with you and be healed by you and all the beautiful beings you channeled as well. Thank you. That means a lot, because that's all I'm trying to do. If people use someone's culture for aesthetic, that would be appropriation, but if you understand the story and are not a racist, it's appreciation. Anyway, sending you much love. You're amazing. Thank you. All right. Do you know the reason why they called you out? It's more than braids. Do you know the reasons black people wore braids? It's my understanding that it's a protective style for curly hair to help the hair grow. That was my understanding from the woman who did my braids, and she said that she does braids for people of all different backgrounds, of all different skin colors. And I even told her when I was sitting in that chair, she said I had perfect hair for it, and I will say it did incredible things for my hair. Incredible things for my hair. It grew really long. It was amazing. So even in that chair, I said to her, I was like, you know, I'm really scared I'm gonna get some backlash. because of this, and she said, I've been braiding hair for 25 years of people of all different backgrounds and all different skin colors, and if people give you a problem for wearing braids, those people are racist. And the woman doing my hair was a black woman. So, I don't know. What matters to me is what's in front of my face. And this, I'm just saying, this live is saying racism will not be tolerated on my channel. All right, I'm going to go ahead and read this right now. These are my thoughts on cultural appropriation. Even though I was not ready to share, I have been forced into sharing because of the harassment I am experiencing for the color of my skin. Oh, cool. The slaves hid maps of the Underground Railroad in the braids. That's incredible. Thank you for sharing that with me, guys. This is what I want. I want us to share. I want us to communicate. We don't have to yell at each other and say, you don't understand. Educate me. Thank you. Thank you for telling me that, okay? I don't even think the woman who did my hair knew that, because that was not even in the explanation that she gave me. So not all of us know everything that the other people know. Thank you for sharing that. That's beautiful, and it makes me feel even more empowered and more special to have had them on my head. That just opened my heart so much. Thank you for sharing that. All right. If people were slaughtered for their culture and their spirituality, why the fuck are you following the politically correct rules and feeding into the system that killed them for those things? This system tells you to attack those who are actually using the symbolism to help you and wake you from your MK Ultra trauma-based mind control slumber, but you are too blind to understand or want to change. Making the assumption that I am not Native American because I am white is degrading and racist. They killed them because their symbols, culture, and spirituality were more powerful than these people's evil bullshit narrative. It's a means of control. Why the fuck would you shy away from something so powerful and not use what your ancestors died for? Why are you defending the system that killed them? Everything is a lie. Use your ancestors' knowledge and tactics to take down this system rather than policing your peers. Focus on yourself and stop attacking me for wielding my personal power while you choose to stay a victim and a slave to a false narrative. I don't understand what you don't understand. You have no power and authority over me. God is the only entity that I answer to. I owe you nothing, and I demand respect. The entitlement honestly disgusts me. I will just leave YouTube if this petty energy continues. Never forget, I am choosing to share with you freely for free. Take your judging finger and point it at yourself. You do not get to demand things from me on my channel. If I don't want to talk about something, I don't have to. You disrespecting my no is extremely rapey of you. I am not all love and light, and I never have been. Those who think I am have not been paying any attention to what I say or put out, and that is on you. You see what you want to see. Awaken already. There is a time and a place, and during my ritual that I am choosing to share with you is not the time to start this conversation. All you guys are doing is pushing me away, with your immaturity and victim mentality. That's it. That's what I have to say about that. I believe cultural appropriation is it's a tactic to keep people out of their power, keep us policing our peers rather than focusing on the 1% that's truly killing and destroying this planet, killing and destroying families, killing and destroying humans. There's no way we're ever going to progress if we can't come together. Yeah, Shane, I see what you're saying in here. But that's another thing we should talk about. The political system is all bullshit. Okay, let me tell you this. Being politically correct, why would you want to be politically correct? Your government has dictated to you a set of rules that you have to abide by to be politically correct. Let me tell you, just because you're politically correct doesn't mean you're kind, doesn't mean you're loving, doesn't mean you're tolerant. Just because you're on the left doesn't mean you're a good person. Just because you're on the right doesn't mean you're a good person, and vice versa. This left and right bullshit that's exactly what it is. It's bullshit. I'm not on either side. I don't support either political party. I support people who are actually making change as far as human trafficking goes, Shane. I'm talking to you. As far as human trafficking and child trafficking, I'm going to support the person that is not a part of that, rather than the pedophile that literally sniffs small children in the eyes of the public. If that man, you know who I'm talking about, if that man is willing to be that inappropriate with children in front of cameras and their parents, what the fuck do you think he's doing behind closed doors? I do not support pedophiles. So go ahead and at me. Go ahead and say that about my profile. You think you're slick when in reality you're feeding into evil and you support a pedophile. So good on you. Thank you. Okay, that was his grandson during a funeral. No. I watched a 5-minute compilation of 10-second clips of that man inappropriately touching children. This is the thing, guys. I can't wake you up. I can't make you do research. I can't do all the research for you. I'm awake because I've seen the sources. I've seen it with my own fucking eyes. I've also been gaslighted. I've also been in abusive relationships. This is classic gaslighting. We are in a narcissistic and abusive relationship with our government, and some of you are very happy to be in it. So go ahead and say, oh, it's his grandson at a funeral. I watched a fucking 5-minute compilation of 10-second clips of this man touching children inappropriately. Go ahead and make excuses for pedophiles. You're part of the problem. And if that's how you feel, I really don't want you here because I don't support pedophilia. Thank you. I am saying that. I'm saying they both suck. Thank you. Who said that? Jordan, thank you for understanding. If you are a rich person and if you are a part of the system, you're probably a piece of shit. I am saying politics is a sham. This is all a sham. It's us versus the 1%. I just chose the lesser of two evils because I'm that kid that was molested. I'm that fucking kid that nobody stood up for. So I'm not going to support a pedophile. Don't make me feel bad for choosing the lesser of two evils. Thank you, Jordan, for seeing that. Yes, he is. I'm going to call him Gil Bates, but he's the literal Antichrist. And he's trying to kill us all. Dutch, the High Council sent me here to transmute for you. Don't come out of your High Priestess mode. Activation 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 12, 12. Thank you. Thank you. I felt that. I've been struggling. I've been under spiritual attack. But I can't take it anymore. I'm just trying to stand up for myself. You are a genuinely awful person, and it's so sad to see somebody that follows the same things that I do end up being so actually horrible. That's your opinion, Hazel. I'm a lovely, kind, giving person, and if you see me differently, that's your problem. Yeah, right? Nakomis, Trump isn't even in office anymore, who cares? But, you know, people will blame things on him until the day they die because they'd rather point the finger at him than look at what's actually bothering them. Yep, this is your channel where you share what you do. So anyone who doesn't like that, just shut the fuck up and leave. There will be people who are unable to understand that. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Denise. And in 111, 113 in here. Thank you for the hug. Also, guys, please report the bullying comments. No one has the right to wish someone such terrible things and call them sending love and light. Ridiculous. Thank you. You're scared what's happening, you just got here. I'm just been experiencing a lot of racism in the last couple days because I am Native American, but I have very white skin, and people have just been really racist and mean, and including the person who just called me a horrible human being because I don't support pedophilia. Is it really opposite day? Is it really a fucking opposite day in here? I'm a horrible person because I was molested as a child and I don't support pedophilia because I see the way it destroys lives? Yeah, I'm a horrible person. I must be. I must be. To everyone that doesn't like what someone does, you know you can just turn away and stop watching and not support what someone does or does not do. You can just leave. Leave it to karma or whatever. Exactly. Nobody's making you be here. Let's protect the energy in here. Thank you, Jaden. Yeah, you're gonna have to go back to the beginning, back when I was crying a lot. You did miss a lot. Thank you. Beulah says, you are not a crybaby. You have every right to be upset. You are wonderful. Thank you for speaking your mind. Do not let them get to you. Thank you. It's the you crying about people telling the truth for me. Okay, so what is the truth then, Hazel? The truth is that I am Native American, and people are telling me I'm not because I'm white. That's not truth. The truth is I'm fucking Native. The truth is I'm Ramapo Native American. Yeah, I am crying about the truth. I'm crying because people are so pathetic and sad and such hateful beings that they will attack me when all I'm trying to do is bring a little light to the world. Thank you. Okay, Hazel, go ahead and subscribe. It's like everyone's saying. Go ahead and subscribe. I'll probably lose a lot of subscribers from this. I don't care. Racism will not be tolerated on my channel. Hateful energy is not going to be tolerated on my channel. Like I said, I'm doing this out of the good. I'm just sharing with you guys. I don't have to. Bright stars will always come under attack and try to snuff you out, period. Could people tell you're Native by looking at you, though? I said it. You're not listening again. You're the same person who's not listening. I said it in the video twice. Just like you twisted my words. I don't want to assume that you're ignoring my comment, but if you are, it's fine. But I would like, all right, let me go back up. I am not. I just didn't see it. No, we are addressing something else now. What is your comment? I'm sorry, but it's just the idea that you are representing him openly, but said that they are both terrible. I am not judging you. It's just the idea of the way you're explaining it. All right, so I'm just going to give you a suggestion. I would suggest that you watch Fall Cabal, because I feel like it can explain it better than I can, and maybe we can have a private conversation about it if you message me on Instagram. But let me put it this way. I do not trust any politician. I do not trust anyone with a lot of money. I do have faith in some of the work that they do. And just because I maybe have faith or support a certain person doesn't mean that I support everything that they stand for. Like, I'm literally crying about racism right now. I do not support racism. I do not support sexism. I do not support sexual assault. I do not support any of those things, okay? I do not support rude language or unkind words. I do support saving the trafficked humans and saving the trafficked children. But that's what I support. And the reason I have that in my bio is, like I talk about in the satanic ritual, the satanic video, I'm trying to take these symbols and put my positive energy in them to make the world a better place. So the reason I have that is because I'm trying to put my energy into changing the world for the better. Your ancestors would be proud of you. Same, Moana. Thank you. Thank you. I bet, Shane, I bet you think Pizzagate is false too, right? And I'm not a QAnon. I don't know what gave you that idea. Fall Cabal has a lot of receipts. It's got a lot of good information and it's got a lot of receipts. And if you have eyes to see and ears to hear, you'll put the pieces together. I am not a QAnon. And Pizzagate was real. This will probably get taken down because I just said that. Thank you. She doesn't have to explain her heritage, it's in her blood. Thank you. I live in Australia and there are many Aboriginal people of different peoples, aka tribes, and due to the sad events of colonism, there were many people who had Aboriginal partners and wives, etc. Exactly. Exactly. Racism and stereotypes are different. You don't look like a stereotypical Native American, but if they hate you for it, then that's what actual racism is. I've been receiving hate because people are making the assumption that I'm not Native. They're judging me by the color of my skin. That's the literal definition of racism. If you watch the live, I read the comment that's like, you and I both know you're not Native. Actually, I don't know that because I am Native. I'm going to get off here because this is getting toxic. Yeah, wait, so people are mad that you're Native American? I'm so confused. People are mad because I'm white and I'm Native American, and they're making an assumption that I'm not because I'm white. Hey, Pragya. It's going to make me cry to see you here. Thanks for being here. My spirits touch your soul, Duchess. I feel like you are going through some things beyond the surface that we can't see. You need to protect your energy and just accept that everyone does not agree. Exactly. That's the beautiful thing about life, right? Is that we shouldn't all be the same. We literally can't be. Humans cannot be a hive mind. Equality does not mean everyone is the same. Thank you, Elsie. I know a lot of natives in California that are white. Yeah, I think I do need to take a break. There's a lot of ugly on here. One good thing is all of us who love you and will be sending you protection. Thank you.
Oh, so people are mad that you're white? I guess that's a new thing now. People have been hating people for the color of their skin since the beginning of time. Thank you. These guys are trolls, Dutch. They have ways, they have a ways to go before they understand. Thank you, Anonymous Dust. People just need something to be mad at, but you're strong enough to deal with it. You know your truth, and that's all that matters. Thanks. You're right. I just wanted to come on here because I've been getting harassed for days, but honestly, the next fire ritual is not going to be live. It's not going to be public. It's going to be for the people who are willing to pay, because these rituals, you guys, that I'm sharing with you, people pay to be a part of them. And I'm just being kind enough to post them live so you guys have some content to enjoy, that you can get some healing even if you didn't pay me for it. Okay? So it's not going to be like that anymore. It's not going to be like that anymore. Yeah, Pragya, you always have my back. Thank you. Thank you so much to everybody who's sending me love and light. If they are mad, why are they even here? Exactly, it's a choice. I am sorry, Duchess. Please be strong and ignore these freaks. Thank you. The good thing is the more hate you get, the more strength and tolerance you will build towards it. You're right. Thank you. I live in South Africa and I have been blamed for being white since I was born. I'm a 34-year-old now. I'm sad for you. I'm sad for anybody, no matter what color they are, that is treated poorly because of the body they were born into. Whether it's because of the color of their skin, or because of their sex, or their gender, or who they love. It's wrong. I only made that comment because I am Native American and you have to understand that you don't come off as Native. It's very confusing. All right, I'm glad you're here because you really hurt me. But what I said in the beginning is that I don't think you took the time to listen, because in it, I said twice that my great-grandfather is Ramapo Native American. You really hurt me. And all the people who have been harassing me are hurting me too. To Yazora, I pray that the next time you communicate your feelings with someone, it doesn't feel like there's so much hate behind it, because we could have had a nice conversation. I don't understand why people are on here hating on you like, dang, you just hate your life. Yeah, they're hurt. Hurt people, right? Please protect your energy. You need rest. Do not let them get to you. Thank you. I do apologize and I acknowledge that you are mixed. I didn't see until someone replied to my comment. Thank you. I really appreciate that apology. That means a lot. That means a lot to me. That means a lot that you came on here to apologize. And I think that's a really positive thing that came out of this. You and I just made a connection. We saw each other as human beings, and we were able to put aside our hurt and say, I forgive you, and I'm sorry. A hater's life must be sad and boring as fuck. Why waste your time hating on someone? Agreed. Can't reason with them, Duchess. If you want to go, you can. Yeah, I'm probably going to get going. As you can see, it's gotten darker. Especially from the people on the live saying you were Caucasian. That's the only reason I commented. I just removed my comment so that energy would not stay there. Thank you for everything you do. Thank you. Thanks for hearing me out. I appreciate you, and thanks for taking away that comment. I'm really glad we could resolve that from this. I'm so glad too. I'm really glad we could heal that too. Guys, let's not yell at each other about braids. You know what I mean, I can't tell you what to do, but I just feel like it's unproductive. Like when somebody just shared with me about the Underground Railroad, like that was productive, that was beautiful, and I appreciate that, but let's not be mean to each other. And I want to acknowledge what you're saying, culture rooted in oppression. During the slave trade, we were forced to shave our hair and be stripped of our identity. I talked about that. I can't talk about it from your experience. I talk about it from my ancestors' experience of